All right, so right off the bat, we're going to start with the full face. So this is probably what you have in mind when you think of a motorcycle helmet. Basically refers to full coverage. So you got coverage here on the top of your head, the back, on both sides, and most importantly here on the front with this chin bar. This is what really makes it a full face helmet. 45% of motorcycle crashes are going to involve an impact at some point on this chin bar. So if you are concerned about safety, it's important to have that for sure. Full face helmets are going to vary a lot depending on the riding position you choose. So if you're an ADV rider, if you're a tourer or a cruiser rider, you have that upright stance, the helmet's going to have to complement that. So one thing it's going to do is it's going to have a chin bar that extends a little bit lower just to get that exposed portion of your neck covered. The eye port is going to extend basically neutrally straight ahead as you would be looking. And you're going to get ventilation towards the front of the helmet here, which is where the most airflow is going to be. Now if we do this, that's what you're going to get from someone who's entering a tuck position. This is your really, really aggressive sport rider. Again, here, you're going to see the opposite of what we had before. So the chin bar is probably going to be a little bit higher on your face just because you're going to be bent over like that. The eye port is going to be extended towards the top of the helmet in relative terms because you're going to be looking ahead just like that. And you're going to get more ventilation here on the top of the head as well because that's where most of the airflow is going to be coming in now. The other thing that's really important about full face helmets is this face shield here. So choosing the color for this is really, really important. Clear ones are going to be great for anyone who does a bit of night riding. The yellow and rose tinted visors are great for anyone who's in cloudy conditions or if you ride in a lot of fog. If you're an ADV rider and you do a lot of mountain riding, this is something you might be thinking about. The dark, sort of a light smoke colored visor, that's going to be great for someone who rides in bright conditions. And the really dark mirrored or pitch black, sort of blackout visors, those have to be taken with caution. They're great for bright conditions, but you have to be aware of things like tunnels, because if you go into one of those, you could just smack into a wall because you'll be instantly blind when you go in there with something like that. One way to get good versatility, like on this showy, is with a drop-down sun visor. So this is one way that you can get a little bit of the best of both worlds there. You may also want to pay attention to UV protection. These will often have a rating that goes along with it. So if you have sensitive eyes to that kind of thing, it could be something to look for sure. Obviously, the benefit to full face helmets is the protection, and the downside to them is going to be the heat. You're locked in there, so it's going to be hot, it's going to be stuffy, especially in warm temperatures. So if you live in a hot climate, be sure to look for something that's going to have a lot of ventilation with it for sure. If you're a really, really sweaty guy and you tend to sweat a lot in your face, then find a visor that's going to have an anti-fogging coating on it as well. That could be really important.